Everyone, and welcome to my first time being on a video for Plus One Gaming. So shout out to Plus One Gaming down in Hamilton, Ohio. I'll be your host today. My name is Brendan Dennis, and we'll be watching a very interesting match today. We have Josh Kippenberg over here on the left, Dragon Link, and Justin Sting on Tri-Brigade. Both players are very talented, and here recently they both just earned their invite to the Remote Duel Invitational, so congratulations to them both here. Duel 1, it seems Justin is going first here, so he opens the normal combo with Fractal. It's pretty standard, sets the deck up and gets it rolling, with being able to set up Appaloosa and Tri-Brigade Revolt. The deck allows a lot of resource management. It's able to gain resources back very quickly with Tri-Brigade Revolt, as well as being able to protect the plays and interrupt their opponent. So it is a very mid-range deck over here. Justin over here making Fairy Sheep Blossom, which allows him to get another name on the field, which allows him to extend. Now with Justin not making Tri-Brigade Bear Broom here, that is what allows him to search for Tri-Brigade Revolt. You can assume that the player who is playing Tri-Brigade already opened Revolt. If they don't make Bear Broom turn 1, he's able to go ahead and make a more opportune play by setting up the Ancient Warrior Link here and backing it up with Appaloosa and Revolt. So with Justin having the 2-negate Appaloosa, the Ancient Warrior Link bounce, and the Revolt, he should be in a very good place. Seems like Josh is over here playing Dragon Link. This deck is very combo heavy and is able to play through a lot of interruptions and able to there's the most famous combo there, Chaos Space Observator. This is basically just going to allow him to play through the whole board. Appaloosa only has 2 negates here, so he has to be very careful here with what Justin negates with Appaloosa. If he's not careful, it can cost him the game very easily. With Josh being able to get the Baby Dragons as well as a Rocket Tracer in hand, those are very, very good combo starters here. He's able to basically do the whole baby line without normal summoning. He opens Seyfert. Seyfert's a very, very, very good card in Dragons. Basically you can search any dragon in the deck it wants it to. So with him being able to do that, with Josh open very, very optimal here. So Justin's forced to stop the Nocta here, just because he doesn't want him to make a Link 2 basically for free here and get a card back in hand. But Josh is also able to protect the Striker Dragon from getting its effect negated. Boost Sector is what allows the deck to play through a lot of interruptions as well, because being able to summon Tracer and get a level 4 from the deck for basically just destroying the sector, it's kind of nice in the deck. Justin doesn't seem to stop the sector here, so it looks like Josh opens Recharger and Tracer because he was able to search the Tracer. So here he's able to make a Chaos Roller for free. He's able to play into the board. Justin drops the Veiler on it. That's very good, even though Josh is able to still play through basically everything. So Josh is doing the Striker Recharger combo. So Josh is not locked in the Dark Ship. He doesn't use Tracer, Synchron's effect. So here he's able to make Romulus to get the Ravine. So Dragon Ravine is basically going to be the next choke point that Justin should hit, just because it allows him to get Levianeer, which will clear the board. Due to having a Seyfert in the grave already, he's able to send it. Okay, so it looks like Josh is going to lead with a Ravine, and Justin's going to stop it here. He's going to summon Shurig, the Omnimus Omen, that allows him to basically get his resources back, as well as interrupted though. It just basically gets to banish a card for basically free, and you're able to chain block it too. And chain block your resource management there. So he's going to get rid of the ravine, which stops the levy play here. And he's able to get names on the board here. Well, in his hand, I mean. So it seems like the next play line here is Josh will be able to summon back the Chaos Ruler and start trying to clear things, as well as the baby plays. He still has the baby dragon plays. It doesn't seem like he's used them yet. So he's trying to clear the Apple here. So Justin will probably send the Apple here and bounce the ruler, which will banish it due to it coming back from its graveyard effect. Okay, so it does look like he does do that play. So now Josh is able to play with the baby dragons here, and he's still not locked in the dark. So he's able to make his spheres here, try to interrupt things. Now since Josh already attacked, he has to be very careful here. One of the most important resources in YuGiOh is the battle phase. So with that being wasted, he has to play very smart here to be able to continue to play. Pisty, the last card dragon to exist. Although it is the weaker one out of the three, I don't believe it deserves to be gone either. Dragons do have to use it now though. So he's able to bring back his Chaos Ruler or his Safer, depending on what the best play line is for him, depending on his hand. The good thing with Chaos Base being played in the deck, it's able to put back the Striker Dragon, which is at 1, which allows them to set up the Pisty Striker arrows, which is good. Oh, so he brings back the Safer. So he's making... okay. Interesting. Seems okay. So Josh made the access he could here to clear the board, which could be right. It depends on what Josh's hand is here. So we'll go with it. I assume that it will be a oh, he said 2. So yeah. So floodgates have been played a lot more recently in Dragons. They're playing Rivalry and Gozen. So I'm assuming Josh is playing one, or if not both. So we'll see what happens here. So with Justin able to lead without normal summoning, he's able to somewhat play here. Nerval will be able to add another name to summon off of the Blossom, which is why this deck is just really good. He's able to banish 4 to attempt to summon the Omen to start clearing cards, or he could just banish 2. It just depends on how many are in grave. It looks like his grave is very loaded here. Josh does have the Rivalry. So with him having the Rivalry here, it's going to be very hard to play here. It's going to be very hard to step the Omen play. He has to, because right now he's locked into Beast. I believe Bearburn and Karaz are both Beast. So he's able to crash here to get the Revolt, which allows him to get the follow-ups. He just has to be iffy, because I don't believe that can set up an Omen under Rivalry with 4 Winged Beasts, unless you're playing the Little Birds, the Lyreless cards. I think that's the only way that you can set up Omen under Revolt, under Rivalry. Oh, we did not catch something here. Josh still has access code up, so the access code should be engraved, or the Safer, depending on which one he would rather keep, because they're not both dragons. One's a Cyberse, one's a dragon. So we'll see if they catch that. So Justin, oh, he is tidy. He bounces the... okay, so he's playing the Chamber package as well, which is why he summoned the Safer off of the Pisty. Ah, Justin caught it. Yeah, so they're reverting back to where... so nothing really changes. All he has to do is send the access code to keep the Safer on the field. And then the same play lines happen. He still crashes Boom, he still crashes the Nerval and he still gets the revolt. Technically, I don't believe this would be repairable at like a big event, just because you put a card from your hand back to the bottom of your deck, and Justin likes to shuffle his cards in his hand, so I don't think that would be repairable. But sometimes it can be repairable. But since it's locals, you know, we're all here for a friendly game of YuGiOh, so we can repair almost anything. So now with Josh still having the saver, he's able to basically search any level 4 dragon in his deck. So yeah, same thing still happens if someone's Nerval gets bounced. So all they did was repair it, which is good. So now Justin has Revolt. Josh has a Safer and a Nocto in hand, I believe he still has. So he should be able to take game 1 here, because the Revolt's not going to be able to summon an Omen. At most, it can summon a Blossom here. Yeah, pretty sure it can just summon just Blossom here. So we'll see what Josh can do here. He's gonna have to set up at least a decent board, because with Justin having Nerval, he's able to make Omen and a Rivalry because they're both Winged Beast. Okay, so it looks like Josh is able to set up double tidying, or a second tidying. He should be able to make spheres as well with this hand. But Josh should take game 1 here. We'll see if Justin is able to maneuver it. Oh, so he drew the quick launch. So that gets another rocket out of the deck. So here he's able to make Savage to get a negate here. Yep, special summons the Nocto. So he's going to get a draw card as well. So you make the Savage negate here. You have a Savage for 2 because you have a Spheres Engrave. So that'll get you 2 negates. 1 for your turn, 1 during his turn. Yep, there comes the Savage. Oh, Access Code's Engrave, I forgot. Yeah, so that's a negate for 4. So now Justin has to play through the Savage, which he probably shouldn't be able to. He summons Nerval, it gets negated. He has to be able to stop the Savage here, so we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Seems like Justin's looking through all of his options here. Yeah, the only play line here is summon Nerval. You have to stop the Savage. So if Justin plays Droplets, then he should be able to stop it. I always like your Desire. That's a pretty Desires, Justy. So one of the Desires here is able to give him 2 cards. If Josh isn't not smart and makes the wrong play here and negates the Desires, which he shouldn't, and he doesn't, so that's good. So Justin's just gonna summon the Nerval, it just gets negated, and then he can still only summon. He's still locked under the Rivalry. I don't think Justin can play through this in any shape or form, because he's got a tidying as well, so it's a double bounce. It's a 1 bounce and a negate. I think Justin's just gonna scoop here. He's gonna have the scoop here. Yeah, if Justin drew Droplets, that would be the only way that he wins this game. His Droplets negates the Savage, and then he's able to clear the board. Was able to somewhat play. I don't think that would get him very far though, because of the tidying. Josh is just gonna tidying it here. Not even gonna negate it. That should be game. Yep. Justin can't clear it. Josh wins game 1. So we move on to game 2. Plus sides, both games, or this game should be very interesting, with them being both post-sided. Some good cards for Dragon to side against Dragon Link are cards such as like Artifact Lancia. Those are some. That's a very basic card that everybody should be siding right now, and you're able to side that against dragons as well as Tri-Brigade. So they both could have sided the same thing. Another card that the Dragon Link player probably sided is Contact C. That is a card that says you can't link summon off your Tri-Beast once you're locked into them. So you do it after the first try effect. Just an opening Fractal over here again, so he's able to do the normal play that he did last time. But he's in 3. He's in kit this time as well. There's a Zoo card. So Justin is on Zoo. Zoo is very good in the deck. Just because it allows you to be able to make a Zeus going second, which can allow you to clear boards, as well as being able to just extend. There is a Zoo combo that allows you to make a Blossom without having to use a name, which is very good. But you have to either draw a rat or Thorough with a name due to Trident being banned. But even with Trident around, you still have to draw a rat or Barrage. So yeah, most people don't know Bear Broom has a second effect to summon. So does Blossom. They both summon from Banish. Josh opened 2 Veilers though, which stopped both names. Most of the time, he has Contact C too. That's kind of funny. As you can see, Justin is also confused why he waited. But I mean, they were both Veilers, so I guess using the Contact C is fine here. He doesn't make Appa. See, Justin's very confused as well. So Justin's still able to end on a bounce. Josh only has 2 cards in hand at this point, so we'll see if Josh has a playline that can play through 1 bounce. There might be some other playlines that nope, Justin doesn't have anything else. So Josh has now 3 cards in hand. Looks like one of them's a Levy. He opened Safer again. So the Safer's just gonna get bounced here. Justin's gonna send the Contact C here and basically allow him to bounce. And Josh can't play 3, so they got a game 3. Alright, so I'm assuming Josh is going to go first here. Safer again. This man opened Safer all 3 games. As these youngins say, sheesh. Let's see if Josh can do the full Vol combo here. Josh should be able to make Spheres, Savage, at the minimum, with opening Safer and not having to use his, he's able to get 2 dragons. He's able to do the baby dragon line, which allows him to get to Safer, or not Safer, Spheres, Savage, at the minimum. Yep, Ravine. So a card here that is very good here too is Nibiru, which Justin just revealed to us that he has Nibiru. Nibiru is very iffy against dragons. It has to be, most of the time it's best when it's paired with another hand trap to stop the spheres from summoning from the deck. If you're not able to do that, then the most opportune time here is to wait for when they're locked into darks. So after the tracer effect. So with him being locked into darks, they're not able to make needle fiber play, or they're not able to continue to make another spheres. They have to. You have to be able to play correctly, and when they're locked in the darks, it's kind of hard to play through the nib. So Justin's gonna pretty much let every play go through here. So Josh didn't open the recharger as well, so now he's locked into darks. So now Justin will probably nib here at the resolution of summoning off a tracer, which is the correct line. That stops him from extending too much. At most, he gets a tidying. which is it's still very good. Okay, so Justin is gonna nip here. Josh should summon Chamber here to get tidying. Maybe. It seems Josh is thinking. Yeah, you summon Chamber here, get tidying, you have the tidying bounce. Now, depending on Josh's hand here, depends on what he should go. Okay, so he's going to add the levy play here. So he's going to rip a card from Justin's hand to make Justin play with 4 instead of 5. Cast Dragon Levineer has been a card that has been haunting me since 2019. But it's okay. It's all good here. He's going to rip a card from his hand and allow... Okay, well, maybe not. Didn't need to learn how to roll the dice properly, but Josh is going to hit a card out of Justin's hand, maybe. There we go, finally. So now Justin will only play with 4 instead of 5, and Josh will have a tidying at the bare minimum, which is pretty good against Tri. Just depends on... Oh, Josh is going to set 2. So Josh is going to have to maneuver this very, very carefully. He's going to have to... and Josh with the desires again. Justin's going to have to be very careful here, depending on what his playlines are. Just because of tidying. If Justin doesn't open extender, he can't play through the tidying. Now, Josh's other backer could also be a floodgate as well. So it's like Justin's going to lead with the Zoo plays, which is going to allow him to make a Zeus, which is normally very good against this board, but with the tidying bounce, that Zeus isn't going to do too much. It'll get bounced before he can make Zeus. And Josh will be able to get Levianeer for a follow-up for the next turn as well. Okay, so looks like Justin's gonna attack into the chamber to allow him to make the Zeus. And then Josh flips the rivalry. With the... Okay, so he killed the token. Oh no, the rivalry sent the token. So now he's gonna bounce the Nibiru. So now rivalry should auto win this game, just because of not being able to properly use the revolt here. Josh is able to summon the Levianeer to either rip another card out of his hand or do damage. Josh should make Sphere's Savage here, but it looks like Justin's gonna chain Gamma, which stops him from getting another tidying, which is good. Also protects him from dying, just because it puts monsters on the board. Now Josh is able to summon back the Levianeer, either clear cards on the field if he wants to push for damage, or rip another card out of his hand. He does have Nibiru, so Josh does have to be very careful, even though Justin can't activate Nibiru if we have talents in play now. So Josh is able to draw 2 here because game was activated during the main phase. Hopefully he draws extenders. So he's summoning Levianeer here. So he's gonna pop cards on the field. Nah. Okay. So he's knocked out here. So now he's able to make spheres. Yeah, he's able to make spheres here. Draw a card. Hopefully draw another extender here. So, depending on what that back row is, Josh still has to, or Justin still has to play through a bounce. So we have a quick sequence here. He goes spheres, bounce nerve off, spheres, someone from the deck gets ashed, which is very good. Okay, so Josh should win here. Josh just brings back the abs or the Nocto, and then he makes Savage to get 2 negates to protect him from the Nibiru, as well as stopping the nerve off because he didn't. Oh no. So he made Chaos earlier. So with Josh making Chaos earlier, he's getting greedy. So I don't know what he was hoping for. I guess a chamber, maybe? I'm not too sure, because if that back row is not a tidying, then Josh loses the game here because Justin's able to set up the Omen with the Nerval because they're both Winged Beast. So that should 100% be a Savage here. Josh is gonna, I guess he's trying to draw. Maybe he realized his mess up here, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he's trying to draw into chamber tidying. I think Josh did reveal his mess up, or realize his mess up. It's taking a long time to think here. Yeah, if Josh made Savage here, duel would have just been over if Justin didn't have a way to stop Savage or clear the rivalry. Josh is still thinking, so maybe he did realize his mistake. Justin's just over here just waiting. Well, the Levianeer can attack, so only the Chaos Ruler can. So Josh drew another set. So if he drew the Titan here, he wins the game. Or Gozen. I don't know if he's playing Gozen in his list, but if he is, then it wins. Josh summons the Nerval, or Justin summons the Nerval. Banishes 4. Does it resolve? It resolves. So now Justin's able to play into the board. So Justin will banish the rivalry and attempt to swing for game. So resolution rivalry, Josh? Maybe? Doesn't seem like Josh has anything on resolution. Justin should take the game here as long as Josh doesn't have any other interruptions. He would have bounced the Nerval or the resolution activating the rivalry. So now Justin's able to gain resources back. Gets 2 searches, which should allow him to push for game. This deck is very easily able to kill you. It's able to cheat links, which is why this deck is very mid-range. It's very controlling of the game state, and then it likes to just kill you. Imagine, Josh, all you had to do was make Savage, and you won the game. It's kind of wild how one little misplay cost him the entire match here. Justin's trying to figure out a way to kill him. Justin's grave is kind of loaded right now, so he's able to cheat out the links in order to make the access code to push for game. Last time was summoned one name. He has 2 names in hand. He already normal summoned the Nerval, so he does have Crash. Josh is looking in his back row. All of them players do the hand motion thing. It's so funny. It makes me chuckle. Josh is activating any of his back row. And I wonder what they are. They could be anything at this point. They're probably just bluffs, but who knows? If they're a trap and he's not activating them right now, that the suspense to kill him. Like, what are you waiting for, Josh? Just do it. But it doesn't seem like it's anything. So Justin's able to summon Karis. Oh, so he does have Kit in hand. So Kit will send another name to load up the grave even more. So he's able to summon Karis here. Kit will dump. Karis can cheat out Doomingle, which is a link 3, which will allow him to make access code for free. He still has the Fractalith to banish, to summon, as well as Karis, so this is just game here. I think Justin's just trying to figure out how to clear it off.
He called it for 3, by the way. 3 and a call, by the way. So it's just like, whatever.
Background noise seemed to came very loud. A few racers in the background right now. Shout outs to Paul Pill. He's the homie. He's the GOAT. He's the legend. Love you, Paul. Josh is just sitting there patiently. He's just waiting. Justin's just trying to kill, as well as set up resources. The thing is with this deck, if you like try to push for game, but you don't set up your resources along the way, like you just get greedy, and you try to push for game, and they have an interruption for your game, then like you're just kind of behind at that point. So Justin does still have to play it correctly in order to win the duel here. So he's gonna bring back and summon a Kit, which is another name. So it seems like Justin is trying to get links into his grave to pop. So Justin's gonna link those off into probably YuGiOh to make his monsters lose 500 here to help push for game. All Justin has to do here is make access code. He'll have 3 pops. He'll have a dark, an earth, and a fire. So you summon access code here. So Justin's able to summon a wind. So he has 3 engraved that he can activate right now, but Justin is able to summon the wind, so he can get 4 pops, I believe. It's either 3 or 4. This deck was very fun for a while, then it got very stale very quick. So yeah, it's like Justin is gonna banish 3 to summon Doom Eagle here. Doom Eagle's, it's just for more damage. So he's trying to put damage on the board here at this point. Is he gonna make another access card? Could you imagine? 2 access cards? Oh, and then he's gonna hard summon. Oh man. So now he has 83 plus 1800 damage on the board. So he just needs to start clearing his stuff here. So it's like Justin's trying to clear the monsters.
They are in time.
Justin's thinking, he's trying to think of what's scary here. Yeah, so Justin just Josh said they're bluffs. Yeah, Josh just wants to lose here at this point. Cast wasting talents, yeah. So that was the ball game there. So as they say in Cincinnati, that's just game. But you know, Justin wins game 3, gets a reverse sweep on Josh, and continues on in the tournament. Well played by both players here. We want to wish them a good luck at the Invitational, since he's rooting for you guys.